Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and I think this is gonna be a quick one, judging from the size of the scroll bar. We haven't done this in a while, but let's take a look. Look at the size of this scroll bar. It is not very big at all. It's not a chunky scroll bar, so we might have a short one here, but let's see what's here anyway. So first off, we have Ervallen as the new 5-star hero. He's been getting a lot of flack, and I think it's been unjust. You know, like, a lot of people hate his personality, but then a waifu does the same thing and she's the best unit ever. So I feel like it's a little, just a teensy bit unwarranted. I feel like the dude has had some problems in his childhood, you know, like, that's some rough stuff he's had to go through. And yeah, I feel bad for him for everything, and I'm kind of excited to see where his story goes, to see kind of if he evolves a little bit, and I'm personally excited for him. I will be pulling him, I will be making him at least plus 10, and I will have the video out for his Guild War the day he's released, so you can expect that video probably out in about 22 hours from now. That's approximately how long it will take. I have a video on him in depth already, so I'll link that in the description below if you want to check it out. I think it was a decent video, so hopefully you enjoy that. He only has 27 charm, which is kind of surprising to me. I always took Ervalen as a very charming person, which is kind of how he gets away with all the things that he does behind people's backs. Like, he's even got the hand behind his back, right? So not that that means anything yet, but I promise you someday in the future that will mean something. And we have a Scorpio. As for the catalyst he takes, I actually don't know, but we could figure that out pretty easily in game. Just look for any other Scorpio you'll see. And the abilities. So I'm not going to talk about this because, wow, we're already halfway through these notes. I'm not going to talk about this because I do think I went over it in depth already, and you should watch that. But I will be summoning. I do really like his artifact. I do really want his artifact, and I really hope I get him. I actually do not have enough for pity, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I hit pity, because right now I think I have 500 bookmarks and 0 sky stones or something similar to that. So kind of stressed about that, but I guess we'll see when we get here. And then we have Krau as well as second banner alongside Ervalen. And let's talk about Krau, shall we? Once we're done with these patch notes here, we'll go a little in depth on Krau and Holy Sacrifice here. So we have his side story, Bloodthirsty Ambition. We have Ambitious Tywin and Benevolent Roman. I mixed those together as the bonus units, and then Ervalen as the 50%. He's going to do some huge deeps in there. And side story, we can get Cold Looks and Blessing of Orbuses, or whatever they are, Black Curtis Powders. I'm not sure what the epic catalyst will be, but either way, usually worth clearing out the shop. Not as much as it was before, but definitely I get all the catalysts and everything too. We also have the arena season ending, so make sure you get all the things you need to get from your shop. We can see the season ending schedule for global is the 19th, so that's in 6 days from now. So make sure you get everything. Specifically, there's a couple of really good pieces this time around. I forget which ones, but pretty obvious when you look at them. I think it was like the neck, the boots, and the ring, and maybe the helm. It was like one left side piece and the right side piece. We can take a look in game in a second. We then have, oh, praise be, Catalyst Pact is back in the game, just what we needed. Gotta refresh that 3 times per month. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, so that's actually it for the patch. So nothing spectacular. Actually, it is kind of spectacular. It's Ervalen. This is one of the feedbacks I've been giving to them, actually, is that I think they need to spread things out a little bit. Like last week or the week before, we just had a boatload of information. We got like 50 things at once. And then this week, there's essentially nothing new to get hyped over. So I told them they really need to spread things out a little bit. Like, there's no SC Doris here. This should have been teased at least. There's nothing, you know? Like, we need something new every week, no matter how big, no matter how small. Something new every week keeps the juices flowing for everybody, and like keeps people excited, you know? That's what we need. So I would have loved to see something new revealed here, whether it's like a teaser of SC Doris, even if it's one of her voice lines, you know, just something today to get us talking about something new. Instead, we're going to talk about something old. So let's jump into the game here with Krau. Okay, so I took a look at a Scorpio. It looks like they're going to take Black Curse Powder, Spearheads, and Icon Carapaces. So if you're wanting to farm a little bit ahead of time, that's what you should be going for. So we have Krau as well, which is the secondary banner. And honestly, there are not very many units in this game that are not new or limited that I really recommend people pulling for. And this is kind of one of them, kind of. I think Krau is an amazing unit. I think he's absolutely ridiculously amazing, especially if you're into PvP, RTA, and potentially even Guild War. Not so much defense as much anymore, but definitely Guild War offense. He's got a Provoke on a skill 1. He's got Combat Readiness, Decrease and Increase Defense to all allies, skill 2. And then he's got the massive damage from his skill 3 as well, proportionate to lost HP. And I think this is going to be somebody most people should maybe try to get a copy for. There's many reasons for that. One, like, I really think he's just a huge staple in Guild War offense. I stopped using him for some reason, but if I give him like my better gear and put him in, it's pretty hard to kill Krau. You know, like, he's got the Provoke disruption, he's got the defense down, and he has kill potential as well. Just an absolutely bonkers Guild War offense unit. Also, if you've seen any RTA tournaments, I haven't actually seen the recent one, so I'm assuming he's still up there, but he's definitely picked very highly in all of those as well. So any sort of PvP, he's going to be a safe bet. And also, he's very good at PvE as well, just because, again, defense buff and damage that you can't really mitigate as well is just fantastic. If you're using him for PvE, I think somebody in the chat, in the description, no, not chat, not description, in the comments below is going to have to tell me how he performs in Wyvern 13. I know how he performs for me as somebody who can like triple DPS and like suicide Krau it, where he just dies and then I get the kill anyway, but I'm not sure how he works in a longer term battle where it's something like Krau healer, debuffer, DPS. But that's something I'm really interested to know, since that's kind of what my alt situation is like as well. And my alt will be pulling for Krau just because I think it's going to help it a lot for PvE. So Holy Sacrifice is kind of like one of those fun artifacts. I definitely don't think it's an artifact you need whatsoever, so I don't think that's any reason to maybe pull for Krau either. As for Mulagora here, you really need this effect chance, absolutely. Hard to see it, but +5 there in his skill 1 just for the effect chance. As for the skill 2, you really want the combat readiness. That's huge, but if you don't want to go that far, just the cooldown is fine. And skill 3 is one of those ones where you don't need it. Like, I don't use it, but having it definitely helps. Like, I've definitely died before because I'm 1 turn away from doing this. So definitely invest that into it if you can. I just haven't used them too much, especially lately, so that's why I didn't put any more in. As for gear, there's lots of ways to build Krau. Some people have been building a massive ER, so like 160 plus ER, tons of HP as fast as possible. Some people kind of skip that and just go as fast and tanky as possible with a lot of disruption with the Provoke as well. I do like speed set, obviously, and if you're not going to go ER, you probably want immunity if you're using them for PvP as well. And as for artifacts, I usually just toss Aureus on him just because it combines really well with his summon Siegfried. Also to mention with Krau coming here is Super Whale Bait as well, because whales are now going to be able to triple S their Last Rider Krau if they haven't already. So there's that as well, and that's kind of what I should be using to predict what banners are coming, because it seems like anytime we get a new ML, their regular counterpart comes like a week or two after for the whale. So kind of should have seen this coming before it was announced last week. Also, if you want to see my gear here, this isn't spectacular, it's just kind of what I'm using. But I know somebody's going to ask here. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. I do recommend pulling for Krau if you don't have him. If you want that stable unit you can use basically everywhere. And I do maybe recommend pulling for Ervalen. Again, that video is in the link description below, and I would wait a couple days to see how he turns out. And if you want to see Ervalen in any specific skill set, whether it's lifesteal or speed or tanky or whatever, just pure DPS, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make it work for tomorrow's Guild War as well. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.